All right. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's class. I'm very happy. I'm happy to host this one. Actually, I don't want to host any class anymore, but because of what I want to use this for, you understand? And I think I shared it with you guys why we should undergo this training because of I want to use the money for something very important. But unfortunately, I'm going to apologize to you guys that it might not happen again this year because of the low turnout of people. So um, actually, we plan to the company planned to run the whole thing by itself by herself, but due to some unforeseen circumstances, we were not able to get funds per se. So we'll postpone it till January. You understand? So we'll postpone to January. By God's grace, God have provided. You get. So your money is still in my account, and we'll still run the whole thing. Especially those of us that want to go to. I mean, the sole purpose, which was for the people at Ijora, the kids at Ijora. So yeah, we'll go through that. But today, which is a class, we don't need to postpone this. It's something we can always organize among ourselves. So today we'll be talking about the market structure in the design industry. Unfortunately for us as designer, we usually skip all these parts, right? I used to say that design is much more theoretical than your skill actually. You understand? So one thing that makes you very stand out, the reason why everybody operates at different levels because of the information that he has. I hope you guys are jotting and noting this right. So the reason why everybody is operating at different level when it comes to income, skill, ability, and others is because of the information that you own. If you don't have so much, right? If you don't know so much, right, you might not be able to. You might be repeating some things. You might not be doing the right thing. You understand? So that's the price of ignorance. If you are not familiar with some things, you might not actually get it right. You understand? You can be the best at the end of the day because of what you don't know. You are not really earning enough compared to what you should have earned. Someone like me, I don't really know much. I'm not really as good as some designers, the ones that is using Twitter or Instagram. I don't really know design like that. But probably what I know and maybe the kind of knowledge I possess, I'm able to know what to do and how to manipulate this system so that it can favor me, especially when it comes to making money. Understand? So I did a lot of tweets earlier this year. I was talking about projects, right? I hope I'm clear enough and loud enough. So I was talking about projects that by the end of the year, around starting from October, most of us will not be getting projects from clients anymore. So if you're in this meeting and you want to agree to what I said last month, you can just share your testimony or just tell me if I'm right or not or wrong. So the kind of money or the kind of project we used to have during May, June, July, or maybe around March, April, the kind of project that used to come to our DM or client that used to come to our, the way the rush of clients to our DMs that I want to do this, I want to do it, that's really reduced during this end of the year. You understand? Everybody has paused. Everybody is tired. Everybody is postponing their ideas to 2021. If you're having 2020 vision before, most of them are now turning into 2021. They are blaming everything on COVID-19 and SARS and all those things. So Basically, there's a time that you should be very, very attentive to the market. And that's why I want to talk about markets today, right? So we need to be attentive to economics, market, and so many, many economic activities, especially in Nigeria. Like today, we should be aware that there is Bitcoin. Bitcoin has gone to 20K. All those things you should be aware, and it is very, very important to be aware of all these things so that you know what to do next. I remember there was a time when Bitcoin was around 10K, and that time the thing crashed from 3K and from 10K to 3K. But before it crashed, right, when that it was like a pump to that time, like massive pump. Everybody was celebrating Bitcoin at 10K, 10K. The next thing I did was I just started doing, I did a flyer then that you can now pay by Bitcoin. It's crazy then. People were like, wow, you know how to sell Bitcoin as premium. I was like, yeah, 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 I do. And if you design anything, you can pay me in Bitcoin. I open Bitcoin wallet. Then I had my address. Some people paid me in Dash and Bitcoins. And I just, unfortunately for me, the thing dropped. Boom. I learned my lessons too, but then that is how to position yourself as a business person. You understand? Trends affect business. If you can take advantage of it, you know what to do next. You understand? And that's why when you are considering market, especially we that we're in designers, you don't have fixed price, right? You make sure you don't have fixed price. What you should be after is what they call cash flow. Cash flow is the attitude or the altitude at which money comes in and goes out of your account. So that means spending also is not as bad as we used to think, right? So if you spend too much, it shows that money is coming into your account very, very much. Someone like me, I spend like hell. I might have zero accounts with me, but because of I've spent some money, I'll be expecting some in return. If you're able to do trading, they should be able to understand all these things too. So once I get a particular type of money, I buy the next thing that will hand me the next one. Okay. That is why it's important that you should be very attentive to economic activity as a business person, especially if you are selling a skill or product. It doesn't have to be basically all of us that started designing or learned design. Nobody actually talked to us about all these parts, the business aspect of design. Everybody was just talking about how to use it, tools, how to use gradients and all those things. And at the end of the day, you know all these things and you'll not be able to apply it in the business and feed you get. Because there's no point of running a company or a business or whatever you are selling, and at the end of the day you are not getting profits. You get. In economics, when they were talking about the four factors of production, the only profit, sorry, the reward of entrepreneurship is profit. So that means if you're an entrepreneur, if you don't make money, if you are not profitable enough, you don't even have, you're not supposed to be called entrepreneur, number one. Number two, you're not doing the right thing, you get, because that shows that you're incapable, you get. So you should be in the category of labor, not entrepreneurship. You understand? So that's wages. You should be probably, if you know you cannot run the entrepreneurship system, you should be a labor, right? You should be employed. You should be paying you salary. You understand? So all these things, economic activities or being attentive to everything that happens in the system, in the country, right? They help you with decision making, right? That's the point of knowledge. That's the point of information. They help you in decision making. Look at you now. Some of you don't know how to run entrepreneurship. You don't know how to take risk. You don't really know how to do the buy and sell, blah 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 blah. All those type of things. They are too deep for you. Too deep, and too deep. And you don't think you can really handle this thing. It looks as if it's too tough. You're having headaches, right? The next decision you'll be taking is how to get a job. Maybe you could perform well as maybe a lead designer in a firm. You could achieve greater goals That way you could have good portfolio through that means. It doesn't have to be that you're the CEO. It could be the COO, you could be the operational officer, you could be the design lead, you could be the social media handler, you can be the UI/UX designer for a firm, right? But if you know that you're an entrepreneur, you have the spirit, you know how to sell, you know how to handle the pressure, this and that, blah 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 blah. Then you can be an entrepreneur. You have all the green lights to just like, okay, guy, I think this is what I should do. Okay. So information helps you with decision making. It's important that you read, take your time, you've learned all the skills from every webinars that they've organized in this world. You've paid for classes, you've done this, you've done that, and then you are leaving out the most important part of it, which is the information or understanding the market that you belong. Hmm? I hope you guys are understanding me so that it should not look like, let me drink this thing. So this is a closed section, right? It's a closed section. So I like to teach, whether you are plenty or not. I still the same way. So it's a closed section. If you have anything to contribute, if you have any questions, ask me. Right? Normally I'll wait till after the class. But because of this is a closed class, if you have any question, you can just raise your hands. I will allow you to unmute yourself. You can ask. I can ask you questions too. And then, so let me put off this notification on my WhatsApp. Uh, okay. All right. So let's go to the first thing that we need to talk about. We need to talk about introduction to economics. I've actually introduced what economics is. So, what is economics? In the simplest term, economics is human behavior. But unfortunately, if you say this in our exams in school, we'll likely take an F because because the lecturer wants you to be saying all this. Economics can be defined as a interpretation as that's nonsense. That's why I didn't really used to pass my exams when I was in school. No, it's not new that I used to tell people that I graduated with third class, and I'm not dull. Obviously, I don't even look like someone that I'm very very sharp. In fact, I teach people when I was in school. I teach people mathematics. I teach people applied science. You understand? But when it's time to cram and pour it, oh, tell me that I'm thinking about how my life is going to be. I think a lot. So definitely that thing can't stay on my head, you get. And the way my school used to be, uh, especially in learning, we used to do what is it called? CBT. So it's if you don't remember within the time that is given to you, you likely fail. So, but every class, I realize that every class that I'm to solve some solutions or apply methods, or maybe they tell you to just apply something, apply a rule, something like that. I used to do well in all these exams, you get, like written, you get. But basically, I like to have my own definition of things. So when you understand things, right, you succeed in it, right? So it's just like this. I think I was saying something about design one day, and I said design is like mathematics. It's like everything is like mathematics to me. It's very calculative, very logical, and natural, right? Um, there's a method to do well in it. There is a given rule. You understand? You can bend the rule. You can say, okay, 2 plus 2. You could use calculator to get 4. You can count your finger to get 4. You can the the destination is one piece. You understand? Definition is one piece. Sorry, the destination is one piece. Okay, everybody's going to arrive at the same place, but you can use different methods to get there. You understand? So in my own time, I always have my own way to get to a particular result. So when I say economics, I have my own definition for it. I have a definition for everything. This is what is UI UX. I can simply define my own in my own terms. You understand? So if you don't understand things, right, you won't do well in it basically. So if you don't understand mathematics or further maths, no matter how you cram it, you won't pass well in it. Do you get me? If you don't know that thing, right, it will take you a tough time to actually succeed in it. So if you want to succeed in design, the first thing you need to do is to understand it. So whenever I want to teach people design, for example, what I used to do is I used to talk about design, like the basics of it. Like, okay, everything you see in this life is designed by someone, whether consciously or not. So design is not really design per se. Design is decision. Design is everything. I can really design to many things at a time. You understand? So always have your own definition for things. So economics to me is human behavior, right? Economics should be defined as human behavior. How people react to things, to prices, to managing stuff, to resources, to everything is economics, right? Another definition I can give to economics is that X, which is input, the amount of input to get output, right? Is the amount of input to get output. What affects X, that affects Y. Relationship between something and something. Relationship between input and output, right? Okay, production, resources, and all those things. So that's I'm introducing you to economics. So today I want to talk about market and what is market, right? But what is the difference between market and business? Now, if you are in this group, you want to try your best. You can just raise your hands and I will unmute you and we can have some discussions because this class is going to be for an hour. So what is the difference? What do you think market is? What do you think business is? Who can try? So nobody can try. Are you guys hearing me at all? Like I said, I just talk. Okay, fine.
A market can be a geographical area where demand is existing.
Did you use Google? Use Google, Abby.
No.
All right. So it's a geographical place, right, where demand is being. How
Area,
did you say it?
yes,
Okay.
existing, where demand exists.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. I saw great reason of the hands. All right. So she has tried. She said something very nice. Okay. Great.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
I see a market as a place with the opportunity of buying and selling, more or less.
Okay. A place where you have opportunity to buy and sell.
Okay. Yeah, and then a business is any particular occupation or employment for a means of livelihood or gain.
Okay. Okay. Timmy.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear you?
All right. So, to me, a market is it might not necessarily be the physical place. It might just be an avenue to buy and sell. Why the business might be not oh god, how do I say this now? Okay, the business is might not be only for buying and selling. can encompass some other things, but solely for profit.
Okay. All right. So every you guys tried actually, but I want to pick one thing up that is very important, right? When you're talking about business, see, if you don't make profit, you're not yet into business. So briefly, to me, business is anywhere anything that makes you profit, right? Anything that makes profit becomes a business. You understand? A business is an avenue to make profit. Let's put it that way. Okay. Now, a market is where it's a space. It could be a space. It could be a place. It could be an avenue. It's a platform where you can, do business activities. You understand? That's you can buy and sell. That's you can exchange goods and services and all. Okay. So when I talked about the design entrepreneurship, the acts of design entrepreneurship, I explained what business is. I think personally, I really love that class because of, I don't know, I really took my time to break everything down. So I gave a new definition to business. So I said business is basically, is it ceiling? Can you guys hear me? I think my network is breaking. So I gave a definition to business. I said business is basically tilting the head, right? Tilting the head to make money. Okay, so when God created Adam and Eve, right? So Adam wasn't into business at all until he started farming the land. You understand? So actually, no, let's put it that way. We don't know, maybe people were buying what he was selling then. Maybe it's profit or it's harvest. But he started running a business. Immediately, he started mixing or digging the earth to plant, and of course, he's going to make profit because he creates a new harvest. One seed is going to bring out a corn or more corns. You understand? So a business is any avenue whereby a profit is made, where you teach the earth, right? You teach the earth, the ecosystem, the space, the internet, a platform to make money. You understand? So what I'm trying to say now is that anywhere you see yourself, right, whether design or anything, try as much as possible to, at the end of the day, go into business of it, right? That means if you are into music, you can always make money from music and design at the same time. You get, so everything that you own currently should be able to bring out money for you. You understand? That's how you actually call yourself um, a businessman. So basically, when you're talking about businessman or business is about conversion. Anything you own, you earn money with it. You earn more with it. It's either you earn through your music, you're able to gain enough audience that will buy your design. You don't understand what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys grab me. So let's say you drum. You understand? You're a drummer. So through drumming, you are able to create a community that you could sell design to at the end of the day. So basically, your drumming is actually bringing money. You understand what I'm saying? Do you guys get me? Please, if you understand, let me know. So everywhere you exist, all right, you can always, you know, make money from it in the long run. You understand? So that's the difference between market and business. So business is like the activity, market is like the place. Okay. So as a buyer, you have to go to the market. As a seller, you also have to go to the market. You have to, as a seller or a buyer, you have to recognize the markets where you belong, okay, where your activity or where your businesses can run effectively. Do you understand me? So that's the difference. So both of them works hand in hand. So look at it, if you know the business you do, right? You should be able to also know the market that you belong. The understanding of these two is giving you competitive advantage over other competitions that you belong to. So okay, I say market is a means where exchange of goods and services take place as the result of a buy and sell being in contact with each other. So it could be a place, it could be a space, it could be any, just a place whereby you can exchange goods and services and you can be in contact with one another. Business is the activity of making one living and making money by producing, buying, selling products. Any activity or enterprise that entered into for business for profit. So what is market structure? So basically, in the lame term, market structure is the nature or the degree of competition in the market for goods and services. So what this is trying to say is that a market structure, all right, how a market is being structured is dependent on the competition that exists in it. You understand? So that we categorize or we enlighten you on which market you belong to. Understand? So every structure of the market, of a market, is being influenced by the degree of competition that exists in it. So the kind of activities that exist in a market, determines what the market is. So I think yesterday I was trying to apply for a loan from a company, and the lady was telling me that am I a salary earner? So actually I earn salary, but the salary that I earn cannot actually pay the money that sorry, what's going on? Why are people leaving? Three people just left now. Is it network? Should I wait for them or what? Okay. I think it's network. All right. So they were telling me that am I a salary earner? And the salary I earn cannot actually pay back the money. The only money that can pay it is from projects, which is me being a business owner. So I told her that, well, I can actually pay with my salary, that I would like to apply as a business owner. And they told me that they can't give me a loan. They would rather give people that are paying salary. So you pay people that are collecting salary, you not give me that I can pay at once. That if God bring one mad project now, maybe MTN contact me, I will clear all your loan once and for all. You rather give all these people that are earning in stipends. And it's like, yes, that we are high risk borrowers, right? So that means no matter how the money that you gain from product design or from a design business, you don't even have access to loan compared to those that are earning 50,000 naira. You see, that's why I used to say that you having the money doesn't really give you the opportunity to have access to everything. Do you understand? Sometimes you can only buy because of where you belong or what you know or what you have. So sometimes it's not cash that you use to get some things done. Sometimes it's people. Sometimes I don't know if you guys understand me. So basically, so many things affect so many things, right? So me that I can get a project of 500K between now and next week by God's grace, which I used to say that one design gigs will come in by God's grace between now and next week. Somebody will contact me for he wants to do design, will pay me 500K. If I want to borrow 200,000, I will pay it once. I'll clear it. They will not give me the loan. They will rather give people that they are earning maybe 100,000 naira and they'll be collecting their money 30,000 until the thing finish over maybe 3 months. Do you understand me? So those are structures. Those are market structures, right? Everything that activities determines, or the degree of activities or the speed of activity determines so many other things that you get. So as designers, do you know the rate at which we are always um, as designers, for example, so the degree at which we buy design service from us, right, determines the market structure that we belong to, the type of market that we belong to. So if you're a graphic designer, for example, the way markets will be coming in, the way people will be coming in, like, okay, I want to do design. 5 people can come to you in a day, right? But if you're a product designer, only one person can come to you in 2 months. Do you understand me? So the ability for you to understand where you belong will actually help you to position yourself so that you can earn in the maximum amount of money. You can earn the maximum money that you should have earned. Do you understand me? So someone like me now, I used to flip. The days where branding works, the time when branding works, I'll be there. The time when product design works, I'll be there. The days where graphic design works, I have to be there. You understand? Because money has to keep coming in. Do you understand me? I need to keep up that 400K per month or 500K per month or 100K per month as a business owner. So you understanding this part really, really helps a lot. Okay, and that's why I also advise designers that you need to be able to know everything. Do you understand me? You should be able to know everything. You should be able to know UI, know flyer. Be a generic person before you now start choosing a niche, right? I used to advise that, although some people don't advise it because of maybe it can be too overcrowded and you can get exhausted. But if you can, you should. You understand? Although you cannot learn everything, but at least even if it is 3 or 4, know it, so that there will be days whereby there's no actually demand for maybe UI UX, but there is high demand for graphic design. Okay, you will still make good money at that point in time. You understand? Because at the end of the day, they will send you the amount of money you make in a month or in a year, and you see some months is higher than the other. You get, but then there's the consistency. The consistency really play an important role in what to do next. And now to call your business a business for real. Okay. All right. So we have 4 types of market structure. We have number one, we have the perfect market. We have 2 types actually. I mean, we have 2 types of markets. We have the perfect and imperfect market, the perfect market and the imperfect market. So some of you have actually learned this in economics. I'm just trying to probably refresh your head, but we are trying to apply this to design. Okay. So we have perfect markets and imperfect markets. So if you know this topic very well, kindly help us to introduce what perfect and imperfect market is. Unfortunately, I've already written an example of imperfect markets already. So, but what do you think perfect market and imperfect market is? Let me know. If you have an idea, just let me know. Raise your hands if you can. If you cannot, let me just continue. Some of you are scholars, but you don't want to talk. That is 4 pointers, 4.6. Okay, some of you are 4 points. My score is 5.0. It's 3.9. So nobody knows what perfect market and imperfect market is. Okay. All right. So let me just jump into it. So we have 2 types. We have the perfect market and imperfect. So under the imperfect market, we have monopolistic competition, oligopoly, and the pure monopoly. Or some people just say monopoly. You understand? So let's check what they are. So in the perfect competition, this is what determines a perfect competition. So wherever, the funny thing is, the 8 of us right now that are currently in this class can actually dictate where we belong. You understand? We can actually dictate where we belong. So we are designers generally, but then we can be in different markets. You understand? So perfect competition, we have what determines a perfect competition. Number one, a large number of small firms. So let's agree that all of us are small firms. If you're a freelancer here, just raise your hands. A freelancer, if you're a freelancer is different from you work for a company, and it's also different from you belong to a team. And it's also different from you own a firm. Or just type it, just type. Let's do it that way, let's type. So if you're a freelancer, just type I'm a freelancer. If you work for a team, If you own a firm, somebody like me now, I own a firm. Okay, I'm a freelancer. Who else is a freelancer? Some of us are not even freelancing. If you're a local job count, what does that mean? If you work for a company, whether small, SME, or volunteer service or something like that, you work for a firm. Just say I work for a firm. If you're a freelancer, if you're not even doing anything at all, just type, I'm looking for a job. So actually, you belong to another type of market. You understand? Your own market is looking for where to sell your skill or where to belong. Okay. All right. So you can see that everybody here has different space where they belong to. You understand? So the price I'll be charging as me that own a firm and someone that does a local job or someone that does the web freelancing is different, right? You can see. So I might not entirely belong into perfect competition because in this term, I don't belong to small firms in quote. You understand? You get me? Then number two, another thing that determines the perfect competition is that you don't have control over price. Basically, it's client that will be giving. If you like, don't take my price. I'll be going. I'll go and give it to another person. You see a client telling you that, tell you that, see guys, 2K that I have, you cannot do it. Get out. So the type of this system exists in places like Fiverr, right, or freelancer.com or all this type of thing. It is client that gives price. They will tell you, I want a design logo for $10. You see people applying, boom, 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 boom. 500 people have applied. You understand that kind of thing? They give prizes, right? The client gives prizes. You understand me? Okay, so that is being you not having control over price. You understand? Then second thing is there's no barrier to entry. So what that means is that you anybody can enter, right? Somebody that is 1 year into design and somebody that is 15 years into design, somebody that is 1 month inside design, maybe just finish what is this HDI or HIG internship, just entered. Anybody can enter into perfect competition. You understand? You don't have to be the best, okay? Just the thing is you have to be probably you have to be the first to get there, maybe first come, first serve, all those things, right? So there's no barrier to entry. So if you belong in a place whereby um, all of us actually, everybody, even me, we belong into a competition whereby um, there's no barrier, anybody can enter, right? So that's it. Another thing is available price information and resources. So, for example, what determines profit market in in um, in design is that the client knows pricing information. They have it. They know everybody knows how much they do logos. Logos is between 2K to maybe 10K locally. Some people are still doing logo for 1K or maybe flyer. You understand? But not everybody knows how much they do UI UX. You get, because it's very dependent on the type of project. You understand? They can only have an idea. They could just maybe they'll just say it's around 150K upward. They'll just say upward. You get, they don't really have the information. You understand? But they don't know how to get it done. Like maybe there's a software that does it. But for example, a flyer now, you can easily download Freepik and edit your stuff and you produce your logo, or Canva. There's a resource that is available for everybody. If they did not pay you 5,000, if they cannot afford your 5,000, then they can easily go to Canva and do their logo. I mean, can do their logo, you can do their flyer. You understand? Then they'll have access to price information. You understand? So everybody basically know how much some things cost. You understand? So if you belong in this competition whereby people know the price of what the service you offer, anybody, you have almost 50 designers on your list also that the client is aware about. You don't have control over the price. You've been taking prices from clients. and you belong to the small firm in quotes, right? This is where you belong. So there's a method that you should use when you belong to this kind of market, right? You don't control price, right? So you're not this at this in this category, you should not be proud, basically. That's why this is what I was trying to say. So another thing, you can switch from this market to another type of market. Okay. But let's go through everything. So if you belong here, know that this is where you belong. It's not a bad thing though. So we have monopolistic market. So this is an example of imperfect competition. So this competition is not entirely perfect. So, but there is a large number of firms. Firms exist fine, but it's a market of niche. You understand? So we have UI UX design. Okay, that's a particular niche, or branding design, or branding companies. So we have like Fort Canvas. Who else brands? Fort Canvas brand. I don't know, maybe Tribe. Who else do brands? New York's Nevero. I don't know if Predator also does branding, like they picked it as a niche. You understand? So at this point, if you belong into a niche market, inside a niche, you could have so many industries also. You understand? There is designers and there's UI UX designers. So in UI UX designers, there are also many other UI UX designers. You understand? So that's what monopolistic market means. Okay. Then there's a product differentiation or competitive advantage. So like basically, if you design branding system for someone now, it could be giving out ads on like maybe mock-ups. You understand? Maybe you are doing mock-ups. You do voiceover for people for free. We do free consultation service. You understand? Products are always different. Like there is a differentiation. There are a little bit of distinct differentiations inside monopolistic markets. You understand? For example, shoe industry, right? We have so many shoe brands, but it is specific. They all deal with shoes. You understand? They all deal with shoes. But we now have some that are very, very, very highly respected because they look as if they are different. Their product is perfect, is neat, is big, like phones, for example. And we have the Apple product versus every other product. You understand? We have the shoe product like Nike, or we have each other on Prada, all those type of things. Okay, they are products differentiations. You understand? So you know what all the shoe industries used to do, right? So when they produce a shoe, they'll go and sign maybe Messi, or they'll go and sign somebody like Ronaldo, right, as a competitive advantage, so that people who like Ronaldo will buy their products. You understand? So that is how they do their competition. So if you belong to this competition or this market, what you should do is that you should have the best competitive advantage you can ever have to top the others, right? You should have competitive advantage. You understand? So, for example, EOTA is one of it. We do with software development and software designs. Sorry, product design and development. Product design and development. We're into product design. We do apps and website. Understand? But on our ads on, we do social media. We do this branding, and we do other things. And another thing that distinct us from others is that a kind of maybe excellence, maybe beautiful design, and something like that. So we don't really have a competitive advantage. Is that which other competition can I use? For example, I think let me see our competitor. Let's say we have somebody like okay. Let me use another one. So we have Kuda versus GTB. Kuda Bank versus GTB. So the competitive advantage of Kuda is that they give out free their services are free. They give out 25 transactions and all those things. You can see how all these markets work. Do you understand? So that's how the market works. Yeah, the recordings will be available. So if you belong to this monopolistic market, right, what you should be focusing on is competitive advantage. You understand? Product differentiation and all those things, because there is a large number of firms You have a market you are controlling. You have a type of market that you belong. No barriers to entry. But what makes it distinctive is that all of you are fighting for who has the best service. You understand? So we have the next one. The next one is oligopoly. So oligopoly, small numbers of large firms, small number of large firms. So we have these big companies, right? We have what is big like Dangote. Dangote has competitors like Lafarge or like MTN, for example. MTN versus Glo versus Airtel versus Etisalat. Understand? They are big firms, but they are very, very small number of them. Understand? So they have all of them have control over their price, right? But at the same time, they don't affect it like that. We have to seek each other's maybe in a way. Let's just say something like they wait for who will take the bigger risk. So MTN is the master of this one. For example, among all network, you see MTN will just come. You just see something like, oh, Glow used to do it very well. Glow will just come, just tell you that if you recharge 100 naira, you'll be having 7 gig. And MTN will just say, well, okay, it's fine. If you have 200 now, you have 7 gig at our place. You understand? So at this period of at this kind of in this kind of situation, the firms are kind of depending on each other. If MTN hikes its price, others will have to hike their price. If MTN lowers its price, others will lower their price. You understand? That's how crazy it is. All of them, they are watching for who will take the risk. You understand? So we have firms that are dependent on each other before they can make the next decision. You understand? They are big firms, but then they are waiting on each other. They depend on each other. Understand? So we have the car industry, we have the cement industry. And one thing about oligopoly is that if something happens to one of them, every other one will be affected. Like for example, this NIN that happened since yesterday, you can see that all of them are running the task. Maybe they are just trying to target one, but now it's targeting everybody. Everybody is on hot seats. Understand? So it affects everybody. Whatever happens in this market affects anything that is inside. You understand? So there's a huge barrier because of the high cost of production and expertise. So this, for example, I think one of the now design doesn't really exist in this. We as designers, you shouldn't claim to be here. The reason is because of number one, there's no really high cost of expertise, right? This one would rather favor developers. You understand? So developers, all of them are charging 1 million naira upward. Basically, all of them are charging in millions. Most of them, the ones I know, they are charging in millions. You understand? So they depend on each other before they can make high prices. Okay, and some other product designers like that, they are charging very, very high. You understand? Because of the cost of production and expertise. So if you want to belong into this market whereby you can have control, but then you're still depending small on, you're still depending kind of on other people, right? The best way to get into this market is to level up your expertise. I mean, you should be the best, right? You should invest in your skill. And now I love to be in this. I don't know if I'm here, but I love to be in this. Okay, you understand? So as designers, we can be in the oligopoly market of designers, whereby you are charging high, and then your charges are being controlled. That means if everybody is charging high, even if it's not your fault, the charge goes up too. Do you understand me? So that makes sense. You understand? So we also have like the design tool industry, like Figma versus XD and all those things. So sometimes you can see XD try to raise their prices, kind of raise their price, and if you want to use XD now, you have to pay for it. You understand? So I think they took it back to free. I think if you're one user now, you can be free because of Figma. because of Sketch. You understand? So Sketch to have their own precise this thing. If you don't own a MacBook or Apple laptops, you cannot use Sketch. Because all of them have their own significant control over price, right? XD use cash, like okay, you have to pay before you can use our service. Figma, that one I don't even know. That one is just free. I don't understand. It's just free. You can use web version of our application. You don't have to install it. So, but this is how we charge. Okay. XD say, well, that's Figma for you. We charge high. You have to pay and you install our app. Sketch says, see, me, I don't even care, guy. You shall have to have MacBook before you can use my products. You understand? Then maybe InVision Studio to have his own style. You understand? So all of them have significant control. You understand? So nobody is affecting. Nobody is really losing per se. You get, because once somebody takes that risk, every other person might benefit from it. You get me? Then we have the last one, which is pure monopoly. Pure monopoly is basically a single dominant large firm. They have control over price, we produce and sell a unique product with no substitutes and all those things. So like government can decide to increase tax. If you like, go and do SARS, go and do protests on Twitter, you still pay for it. They put 20 naira to check your NIN number. You don't have any choice, you have to pay for it. You understand? They control the price. They are price givers. You get, so this one doesn't really exist in as a designer. You can actually determine this. You can't belong in this market. So this is not it for us. Okay. So now let's move back to this part. So you are either into one, two, or three. One, two, or three. So from these three that I've explained to you, which one do you think you belong? So that I can help you I can advise you on how to get to the next ones, or if you are comfortable, fine. So if you are comfortable in the one that you belong to, I can help you, I can teach you or advise you on what to do to take more advantage of it, like to make more money from it. If you belong here, the monopolistic, I can tell you how to either move to the next one or stay and still earn better than what you're currently earning. If you belong in the oligopoly, I can tell you how to be efficient when it comes to making money. Understand? I don't know if you can belong to two, but if it works for you, just type or raise your hands. Just judge yourself, know where you belong, and let's talk. Let's talk. All right, great.
I think I'm in perfect perfect competition. I think I'm not so sure.
This one.
Yeah, I think so.
So client gives you price.
Sorry?
I say client gives you price.
Oh no, not all the time. No, no. I
Not all
give
the
price.
time.
So probably yeah.
Okay. So what makes you think that you belong here?
Um, I don't know.
I'm listening. What do you think? Why do you think you belong here? If you say you don't belong here, then if you say you don't really accept price like that, then this is where you belong.
Oh, okay, okay.
You understand? So this one doesn't really talk about prices.
Yeah.
What determines price here is a competitive advantage. So
Okay.
if you are charging more, that means you have something more to offer. Do you understand?
Mm,
So what determines price? What determines
mm,
price here is that you have something that
mm.
others don't have.
Yeah.
Do you understand me? But then that
Mm,
doesn't mean you control all the price. You understand? So this one
yeah.
is like choice for
Mm.
the client to probably work with you or not.
Yeah.
You get.
Okay, I
So
think that's where I am. Yeah.
yeah. So if you belong here, right? One of the so do you want to
Mm.
make more money here, or you want to move to the next stage, or you want to go back to the previous one?
I'm still starting up. So yeah, I think I want to make more money there.
All right. So I've told you the biggest egg to this. I mean, the arc. Is it egg or arc? So the best way to actually go about
You're
yeah,
correct.
the best way to go about this is to invest in your competitive advantage. So what is competitive advantage? Competitive advantage is what you have that others don't have, right? So basically,
Mm.
just think about
Yeah.
something that what can you offer that others don't really have. Just think about it. Maybe apart from the fact that if they give you a project to do, right, you deliver it.
Mm.
Do you deliver faster? Speed. Your speed crazy. You understand? I think this is the first thing I did when I started design. My speed was crazy. I did if you give me flyer now, I'll give you 3 days or give you 2 days. You'll be lamenting. Oh, please, just 24 hours now. I say, oh, okay, let me see what I can do. Within 1 hour, finish your work. To bust your head, like, what? How did you do it? You get like crazy, this guy is crazy. You gotta bring more. There's someone that is I do that. What can I give this guy? So that you should get busy. And at that point, I'm only making more money. You get. So
Mm.
everybody knew me for speed. In fact, when I started having some issues in my life, like personal issues like emotional traumas and all those things. Somebody gave me a project, and instead of me to use maybe 1 month to do it, I was using almost 2 months to do it. The guy was like,
Wow.
he just came to me, what's wrong with you? This is not you. You understand? So that means they know exactly who you are or the kind of branding that you've
Mm.
come up with. You understand? So
Mm.
in
Mm.
fact, as I'm speaking to you today, someone came to me and he said he wants to do UI/UX. I was telling him that okay, the UI/UX is going to take, is going to be 2 months, and I was like, cannot wait. That in fact, you should have launched the project now. Like you should have launched it. Blah 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 blah. It needs it in 3 weeks or 1 month max. So I just said you have to pay
Mm.
more. You have to pay me double. It's like, double is too much, but I intend to pay you. I think he brought in 500K. So I was like, okay, because of this speed ish, I'll give you 200 cash with it. You understand? So that will be 700. I said I can do it. I'll collect 1 million for this work. Like I knew that at that point in time, I'm the one that is giving price. At that point, the reason why they gave him my number is because they know that Amara can deliver this thing is like is very fast. Me that I can design product in a full product, UI UX or mobile app, web app, and admin. I can do it in a week, in 3 days, 4 days. It depends. It's because of me. The way I work with mood. You understand?
Mm.
If I'm in the right mood, I've eaten good chicken and cold malt. I'm listening to maybe whiskey at that point in time, and I'm in that spirit, can design anything. You understand? At that point. So that is why I used to beg designers also that it's not about the money, but it's about your personal abilities. You understand? So
Mm.
if you have your own skill, you have there's a difference between skill and talent, right? You can invest your talent into your skill. It's going to help you to be better, right? If you're a singer
Mm.
and you're a designer, you should be able to use your singing ability to influence your design. Okay, maybe singing helps you to be happy, that influences your design and produce well. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
every talent God gives, if you are the type that you talk, you know how to talk. You understand? So you should be able to use your talk ability to be able to probably market for the client at the end of the day. You
Mm.
understand me? So everything
Yeah.
you have should contribute into making a very, very better product than your competitors. That's what competitive advantages means. So go and think about what you think you can do that can furnish or sweeten your current produce, or make it better, or make it more advantage, or there's a reason why people would rather come and meet you than meet. Some people will wait.
Mm.
They'll tell me that I'd rather wait to. I know you are busy, but I'll wait for you. Just finish. We are finished. I'll come and meet you. And we can do business together. Understand? Because there are so many things that differentiates my business, and that's what affects my price. I'm not like gives price here. Do you understand me? So product
Yes.
differentiation and competitive advantage will make you make more money. So if you do flyer, for example, right, try as much as possible to add something to it. Maybe when they pay for flyer, right, instead of
Mm.
you delivering one, right, give them two, tell them to pick one. That's a competitive advantage.
Okay.
People would rather come to meet you that there's this guy used to give me choices to make. I used to pick because I used to pick from what he does. That's a competitive advantage. If you design flyer, for example, right, instead of you doing giving out flyer alone, maybe if you had mock-up to it, some people like you for that. You understand? So that's the
Yeah.
competitive advantage. There's so many things that can determine your competitive advantage. So that's how you make more money from it, and you can control your price at least in a small way. Do you
Mm.
get? Do you understand?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I understand.
Yeah. Any other person? Tell me where you belong and how can we get better. Let me see if I can help you. Raise your hands now. You don't know how to raise hands. Hey, Jesus. Um, everything design. Please unmute yourself. Hello, sir.
Then it's real. It's real.
All right. So where do you think you belong?
Um, the monopolistic and which other one self? No, not perfect. Yeah, this one.
This one.
No,
This one.
yeah, and the monopolistic.
Okay. So it says small number of large firms in the industry. You have significant control over
Yeah,
price.
according to what you explained.
Okay. What do you do? Developer.
Yeah, yeah, yes,
Full stack or front end or back end?
full stack.
Full stack, okay.
Yeah, I'm also going to software. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, right? So let's just assume that you you are not the one actually giving price, right? The price is determined on the,
The market.
yeah, it depends on like okay, developers generally. That's the term. They used to say something like the developers. If I have a project now, I finish a design and somebody comes to me and somebody says, please I want to develop this app. And it's like, do you know how much developers charge? I think everybody here will agree with me that they'll first scream, scare the guy that, developers, it kind of sound like that. So the market of developers, right? So many things can determine the price, like the software, I mean the software you use, the technology you use, and all those things. You understand? So it is factors or every other developer determine your prices. You understand? But generally, you guys are price givers. You get. So there is a huge barrier because of the expertise cost or the production cost. You understand? So people can't really come into your market and come and be controlling you up and down because you have so much information that they don't really have. And before they can get the type of skill that you have, They have to like go maybe search for another 1 month or weeks to get your type of guy. So from here, if you really want to, how will I think one thing that is important if you want to make money here is that you should be very aware of trends.
Yeah.
You get of trend, what's going on. For example, what product sells the most now? Like fintech is one product that people are ready to put money to just to make sure it works. You understand?
Okay.
People are ready to give you mad money. So position yourself whereby you have an idea of developing a fintech product, e-commerce, which other products, software products like that, like
Software.
videos, others were social media. I think social media too is one of it, right? I think there's a
Mm,
website that lists the numbers of software that will be released or that will be launched. I think I saw something like that. So I saw that 80% of the website, I mean, of the product they launched this year, they are software related. They are digital products.
yeah, software.
I call this them Zoom, all this them Paystack and all those things. Yeah, it's crazy and all those type of things. So just try as much as possible to be very attentive to what is going
And
to trends. So
where are people going also?
exactly where are people going? Because that's what determines your price, right?
Yeah,
If you are aware people have left, for example, maybe
the mad
WordPress,
products.
maybe WordPress, for example, a developer and WordPress, people have left WordPress. Maybe people are going. I don't know. Maybe people are leaving WordPress or they are going to WordPress or Webflow.
No, they're leaving.
You understand? So is it that they are leaving you or they are coming to you or you are going with them? Do you
Yeah.
understand? So it's about trends. One market you get, you are trying as much as possible to be among the few that can control the price. You understand? So be attentive to trends, ask questions, and kind of relate more with your colleagues. Also, what is going on? That kind of question. What is going on? Like, what's up? So that they can tell you what exists and what is not existing anymore. So basically, that's what oligopoly is about.
Oligopoly.
You get
Okay.
you can read more about it
Yeah.
because there's a way you can tweak all this market to
Sure.
favor you. You get but if you say you belong monopolistic, I've told you what differentiates monopolistic is personal skill or competitive
Yeah.
advantage. What makes you better,
Expertise.
basically. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, what else?
Thank you.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
I'm good. Thank you for the talk so far. Really learned a lot. All right. So my own part, I'll probably call it monopolistic. Yeah. Um, I would say I left. What's the name again? This one that the price range is kind of like um oh yeah, the power competition. Yes, I kind of left it, especially okay, coming from a graphic design background, I kind of like shifted into um web web design, not development, web design because I needed the money to buy a laptop. That was the reason why I moved. I actually felt how long will I be designing 5K, 2K, 5 flyers, and I'll make it. So that was the reason why I left. So I now like finally said, okay, maybe I should just move to brand identity design instead of you know all the students that have been now telling you that you can do flyer for 3K, that you can do it for them. So and I feel the logo thing, that's brand identity design, has been really really cool compared to the other one. So but then I also do web design like I said earlier, and I do front end too. A lot of times the pricing is kind of like up and down. Though we negotiate and then come to an agreement most times. But then I really feel it could be better. I mean, I know people that do a lot better. So
Okay, that's
I
cool.
don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, so from one thing that I learned from you, I don't want you guys to really bash perfect competition because literally everybody belongs there. You can't live here actually. Everybody belongs here. But if we want to talk about designers in our own industry, of course, not everybody belongs here. There was a day I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw somebody design. I think somebody was designing websites for 50,000 naira, 50K. Yeah, 50,000 naira. That's his price. That's his fixed price. And when I went to check the guy's portfolio, the guy has done almost 200 this year. Crazy, like I've done almost 200 websites. The funny thing is, it's the same template it's using. One single template, or maybe like two or three. So if you're client A, they'll use team A for you. Client C and client J to client K will use team A for you. That just makes everybody up like that. But his business is booming like hell. Yeah, so perfect competition has its own advantages. This is just an introduction to market structure. If we really want to go deep, we start talking about the advantages of all these things. And you might actually be saying more light about why this one is better or why this one is not better. Okay. So, but then perfect competition is not me now. I like when designer starts from this level because of network and contact or the numbers of clients they can attain. You understand? So you can start small, then get the. But then all these things are processes, like you said. You have left here, you've gone to the next stage. Congratulations. So I also started this way, okay? And actually, one of the best way to actually make it as a perfect competition is that is about, as in the trick here is about the advert or the best known will always get the best jobs or we always get the best deals. So this one is about my I'm sorry, I said network is about awareness. You understand? So how to beat the perfect competition is awareness, which everybody is actually still fighting for. You want to be the first people or the first person that comes in the mind if anybody wants to think about design. Okay, if anybody wants to think about graphic design, product design, UI, UX, branding, development, let me be the first guy you think about. So literally everybody's into that scenario whereby we are running perfect competition. But compared to firms are like they don't really go out to go and be pushing themselves out there, right? So this is how it is. We as freelancers, we go to seek for jobs. You understand? We go to people's DM to beg for jobs. Hey, what's up? Are you designing flyer today? Alpha, I can do this work for you. Or hello, I'm looking for all those things. You see people trolling in, hey, this and that. But when you're running a firm, it's not always like that, right? Why firms earn better than freelancers is because of the way they operate their marketing is different. They are about positioning, you understand? So that when other clients or other firm clients want to do a job or want to run a product or want to run a project, right? The first person they see or the first person they remember or the first person that was recommended or the first person they know is who they will just give the project to. That is brand positioning. You understand? So they can run ads 2019 and 2021 is when that ads will be effective. You understand? So somebody that saw your ad 2 years ago, we have you in mind, can have you in mind as long as 5 years to come. Maybe you keep running more ads, maybe you keep running more ads. Maybe for example, Toyota or DSTV. DSTV keep running ads or Heineken, for example. Most of us don't drink Heineken, right? We don't drink Heineken. We don't drink it. I don't drink Heineken. But in the next 5 years, if I start drinking beer, all the Heineken product that I've been listening to or all the advert I've been seeing could make me have them as the first choice of the beer I'll take. You understand? So, but as a freelancer, it is about present. It's about who is topping the charts in my mind. Okay, that is what is important. So you will always strive for jobs as freelancers, you get. But at firms as maybe design agencies or something like that, they stay where they stay. They don't run after people. They stay where clients will come and meet them. So that's the difference between positioning and awareness. You understand? So they actually work together, but in a different level of, okay, as a freelancer versus a firm. You understand? So private competition is not really that bad. Okay, it's just that it is very, very small. The turn up is actually very small because of the numbers of firms that exist. You can see a large number of small firms. Understand? They don't have control over price, basically. Understand? But you said you are at the monopolist. I've explained how monopolist and how to actually get more money from it. So just try as much as possible to think about what makes you different. For example, one of the tweak about ELTA, if you come to ELTA, number one, we give out contracts. Sorry, the one competitive advantage that we have is, number one, we design excellently. Number two, we have in-house designers, we have in-house developers. That's a competitive advantage compared to maybe they go to a client, another firm, they don't have developers there. So we have won. We definitely win the contract that way. Do you understand? Or we will write documents. We write like projected documents, like where you will sign, milestones, and the kind of percentage. Maybe you don't need to pay 100%, pay 70% or 50%. If the other firm is collecting 100%, we have the bigger advantage. That makes me different. How we win the contract. Do you understand? If those ones they don't write documents, we will write document, we project the timeline and the milestone. If they are doing their own in 1 month, we are using 2 months to run our own project, they will win because they are faster. They have a better competitive advantage than us. So basically, it's about who delivers the best. You understand? Who has the better value to give. That's what competitive advantage is about. So you should sit, think about it. What makes me better? What makes me different? That's how you're going to make money in the monopolistic market. So the design industry actually belongs into this. Understand? I hope you guys understand. So any question? You guys have asked your question already. All right. So we can call it a day. This class is recorded, so I'm going to be uploading it on maybe YouTube. You can have access to it. This class is not actually paid per se. You understand? It's not entirely paid. You get? It's just that it is value. Once you use the cash to secure something else, normally this class is free. You understand? But the competitive advantage of you coming to this class is that you can have a live section with me. Understand? Every other person that is going to be watching this section will be listening to it. We won't be able to ask questions. So in case you are going to be seeing this section on YouTube, that's a competitive advantage. Disadvantage. Anyways, thank you guys for coming to the class. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. So I think we'll end this section now. God bless you guys. So good night, everybody. All right.